All right, I'm going to quickly show you how to do a system optimization. We've got a short little checklist here. There's 10 items. Check for Windows updates, and on Windows 11 there's going to be an optional update tab. Office updates, you're going to run those from Excel or Word or any sort of application within the Windows Office apps. Those are the lightweight ones that are easy to open. Adobe Apps updates from Creative Cloud. AMD or NVIDIA driver updates for video cards. The Microsoft App Store updates. We're going to run a command to check the hard drive for integrity and errors. We're going to run the ADW tools lib to look for any sort of malicious software. We're going to run another command prompt add for winget upgrade. It's going to upgrade some third-party applications, upgrade some third-party applications on the computer. NINITE from our copy to all. It's going to update some applications, and we can skip some of those if we don't need them. And then we're going to reboot and make sure everything works. So for the sake of this video and time, I'm not going to just do all these, but I'm going to show you where to find all these. So number one, you're going to go to your update panel. There's lots of ways to get there. I generally just start typing the word update. And on my computer, I can check for updates. I'm on 11 right now. Advanced options, I don't have any optional updates available. So let's see if there's any primary updates available. When this comes back here in a second, that's checking. Again, this is my own personal computer, nothing available. I'm pretty consistent running those. All right, box one is done. Office updates. Generally, it's easiest just to open Excel if they have it, because it's lightweight. You're going to go down here to the account, Microsoft Updates, and you're going to hit Update Now. Check for updates. This will either find updates and start installing them, or it's going to tell you you're up to date. Well, there you go. I have some updates. So while that's running, and it's just going to go and do its own thing from there. There's nothing left for you to do. Let's go back over here. Adobe updates from the Creative Cloud. Now, if somebody like myself is paying for the Adobe monthly, I'm going to search for Creative Cloud. There it is. And I can go up here to the Apps panel, and I can go down here to Updates, and I can tell it check for updates, that kind of thing. So update all, check for updates. Again, I stay pretty up to date on my own computer, so I'm not surprised that I don't have much going on here, but this is how you find it. Now, if they have individual applications, you may have to go into that individual application, such as Adobe Reader or something. But there's that. Moving on to the next task on the list here. AMD, NVIDIA. I have an NVIDIA computer, or NVIDIA graphics card, sorry. I don't have AMD, but you can go out to their respective websites. Once you kind of know what kind of card you have, you can do that going through Task Manager. Get to your Task Manager, find your different hardware ideas or icons here. What it is, you can see I have a an RTX 2080, so I would go find the RTX 2080 through the NVIDIA driver panel, or if I'm signed into GeForce. There's lots of ways to do some of these things. I have the GeForce on my computer, the GeForce application, so I'm going to open that. And then since I'm signed in, all I have to do is go to drivers, and I do have a new one available. I won't do it again for this video, but same thing with AMD. If they already have the panel, it'll be over here in the bottom right. You can open it, hit check for updates, or you're going to have to go to AMD's website or NVIDIA's website and find the drivers, and that's something that you're going to have to learn to do as a technician. All right, moving on back over here to Word. Open a Microsoft Store and look for updates. So with Windows 10 and 11, they have app stores now. So I'm just going to search for the store. And believe it or not, there's an infinite amount of applications in there we're going to need. Could be calculator app, could be other things. Could be important, could be minor. So just go get it open, go down here to the three little tabs, and you're going to hit get updates, and it's going to check for all these different programs, much of which I don't have any use for, but they come along with the whole Windows environment. There it is. It's updating a couple things, so that's off and running. Next up, I'm going to go to Command. So I'm going to open the computer, type in command. I want to run it as administrator. I don't know many commands you don't run as administrator. And then I'm going to type in here, SFC SCANNOW. And it's going to go through and check my hard drive for errors and integrity. It's going to take a little while. While we're doing that, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go to Tools Lib. I'm going to get the ADW cleaner. So I'm going to go up here, and I'll probably put a link to this before this is done. So ADW cleaner. I'm just going to get it. I don't want the malware, the bleeping computer. I want the Tools Lib one. I'm going to download that right there, and I'm going to run that one time. That's going to look for malicious software. So, and it updates quite a bit, so you can't really just save it for next time use unless you install it. But then when you install it, it wants you to pay for it, and it's a big long rigmarole. So I'm just going to open up and agree, scan now. It says I've never actually used it. Again, my personal computer, and then you're going to follow the prompts. I'll probably be free and clear of any sort of bugs and malicious content. and I am. Scan is complete. If there wasn't, it'll give you options to check to remove those items, or I can hit skip basic repair and I'm done. So that task is done. We're moving on. We're going to run command again. You can run more than one command concurrently. So we're going to go CMD again. Run as administrator. Yes. And now this code we're going to run is winget upgrade. And we're going to go --all. And it's going to go through the system. And it's going to look for different programs on the computer that might have updates available. C+, those kind of things. So it's already doing this. I'm not pushing any buttons. I'm not clicking any mouse. It is doing it on its own. So those things are running. While that's running, again, I can go to the actual copy to all folder, which you have on your flash drive, and then there's the NINITE folder, and see what these programs are. If you don't know what they are, you should probably go home and install them on your own computer. But WinZip, Chrome. The big thing is if this person already has Excel and you're updating it, they don't have a need for LibreOffice. But these other ones, you're going to have to use at your own discretion, but you can highlight whatever ones you want. I do use VLC, Terrier, Reader, Net. I use everything but Libre. So I'm going to highlight all except that, and I'm going to hit the enter button, and it's going to start them all for me. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so those are all going. Now I'm back over here. That's where I'm at, and I'm at Reboot and make sure everything works. So now I'm just going to make sure these things closed up to date, closed up to date. It's downloading the newest version of Reader. Closed up to date, closed up to date. I can close that. This is working over here. I do need to come back and do my game ready driver and a few other things that I'm waiting on to finish. It's telling me to save my work here, so it's going to close me out of Word and things. So that is that. Straightforward, simple, down and dirty. Do this a lot. Do it often. Do it on your own home computers. Get the practice in. You won't need a list. You'll be able to do this. It's almost like a nervous tick for me. I update my computers. I think it's the number one thing I do with my computers is update them. So keep that in mind. These computers, these software, they're constantly growing. They're constantly evolving. There's so much stuff to update and do. So again, the more you get in the habit of doing it, the less and less likely you have to think about it, and the more your computer is going to stay up to date. And when computers come in for work, it's easier for you to get some things going. So while all these tasks are going on my screen, I can walk away and go work on something that's more hands-on, taking apart motherboards or whatever have you, while this is just running with unattended access. So that's that. Thanks for watching, and good luck.